Hey guys, welcome to another video at Sweevel's Garage. Today we are going to do the hood pins in the Mach 1. So I'm a little nervous drilling a hole in my new car, but it's got to happen. So I'll show you what we got over here. I bought the OEM hood latches off eBay. They are Ford, backwards part number. I wanted original ones. And then I got the other brackets and stuff. I think it's NPD, I believe, National Parts Department or Depot. So most of it is OEM, but the metal brackets aren't, because my green Mach 1, the 73, I said I was gonna take them off of. They're kind of rusty and pitted, and I wanted it to look good. So I bought them, had them powder coated, along with the bolts that come with it. Bought those too. So I'm gonna show you guys step by step how I'm gonna do this, and you guys can do it yourself at home. So I'm gonna flip the camera, show you guys what I have in mind, and see what happens. All right guys, here's what I got. I have a 3.5 inch hole saw, and then I got a 3 inch, and I'll show you why. The 3 inch will actually be the hole we cut in the hood. As you can see, it'll be about perfect. And then the 3.5, pop the hood. The 3.5 almost fits in here. So I'll show you what we'll do with it. It doesn't quite fit, but it almost does. So I'll show you what we'll do with the bigger one. And this is just the way I do it. There's probably other ways, but, and then you get your chuck for these. So I'm gonna get some wood, and then I'll show you what this is for. All right guys, got it cut out. It'll look like this when you're done. I had to kind of push and stop, so it's not perfect, but it'll do what we want it for. Look at that, perfect. Now it does wiggle a little bit, but not much. You can easily center that with your eye. And then we're gonna use the center hole to put a little nick there. And then once we get the center where we want it, like that, you can easily see that's centered. And then we're gonna nick it. And then once we get the small hole drilled, this one, we're gonna go on the top side, tape it, and drill the top hole. As you can see, got our hole made. Looks pretty centered. So now we got to do the other side. Now, I know it looks like we fully committed, but we didn't yet. So the hole is there, it is centered. The hole is there. Before we go any farther, I'm gonna put the clips in here and bolt it down and just make sure that it's in the right area. There is some adjustment here, but I'm gonna mount the thing now. So here's the bolts and the clips that it came with. So I'm gonna put them on, and we're gonna bolt it down and see if it's somewhat in the right area. So I'm gonna put it together now. And also you do have to take these off, because this goes right there. So if you have these, you gotta take them off. It's a little nerve-wracking. I think it's almost through, but I'm trying not to get it too hot. All right guys, got that one cut. This thing fits. Now instead of doing the same method, since we have that tiny bit of play, I measured side to side from there to there. So it's exactly what that one is from the outside. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna drill a hole in the middle right now, and then we're gonna go underneath and see what it looks like from the bottom. All right guys, got this side done. Forgot to show you on the other side. When you get to the end, just stop and punch the metal through. Don't try to drill it completely out. You'll get stuff like this, and you'll have to use a file it down. You can see this lip is quite a bit bigger than the rest. That's because that's where the end of the metal was, because these things are so flimsy, the hoods, that when you push it, push down. So I drilled up there more. So I got to file all this slowly until it's a perfect circle, and then it's ready to install. So it turned out pretty good. I measured. It's exactly like the other side. So pretty good. I'm going to file these, get them bolted in, and then we got to adjust the brackets down there. All right guys, just got them installed. You can see they turned out nice. This side, little paint on the edge there, barely can see, so I'm gonna tape that off and touch it up some, but you can see that where that one is. I measured and they're exactly perfect. So got them in. They're popped up right now because I still have to put the mounts in and adjust them, but it is hot out. I'm sweating. I'm gonna call it a night, and we're gonna do these either tomorrow or the next day. So don't rush these jobs, otherwise they won't turn out. Well, it's the next day, maybe 2 days. I did just do this, and I did bolt them on. So the bottom, you just get 2 bolts. I didn't buy their kit. I just went to Ace and got some Allen heads. I think they look better. So I got them things mounted on. Looks good. And I just spent probably half hour on this side. It's sturdy. It's not going nowhere. I think I got it exactly where it needs to go. I just have to put the hood stop on yet. But here we go. I'll show you guys. You can see in there. And then I'm just gonna close the hood. So look at that. Open, down, locked. Perfect. Sweet. So once I get the hood stop in there, it'll get rid of that bounciness. So one side, done. Now we just gotta do the other side. I'm gonna wait. I don't wanna rush it. This process, not gonna lie to you guys, I probably have 3 hours into it right now, pretty easily. And you can do it in one night, you can, but I prefer not to. I touched up the metal with yellow paint. I forgot to show you guys, but it matched perfect. And I touched that up yesterday for quite a while. And I did it over and over and over until it built up to be as thick as the factory, and then I let it sit overnight. So I'm really pleased with how this turned out though. That's locked, so awesome. I can't wait to get the other side done. All right guys, working on the other side. So these are the holes. They were circular. I had to auger them over this way towards the fender because where I drilled it, it looked center, but you can see it's a little bit over. It's tough to know what center is, even with that wooden thing that I made. So we had to move it over a little bit. You might be able to bend the bracket, but I'm just doing it this way because this side turned out great. You don't see it once it's on anyway. So I did that, and this one lines up perfect like you guys seen. So now I'll show you how to put the thing together. So the clip's going this way, backwards. Bolts go through the radiator support. That one goes like that. I had to take it off once so you can see the scratch. But and then this piece goes like that. Goes on the bottom here, like so. Put the bolts in, and then there's a little bit of adjustment each way. So I'm gonna put this together, put it on the car. And also I had to use a shim to push it over more because I didn't want to bend the bracket. So I used this plastic washer. It's right there. It's really hard to notice. This side doesn't have one, that side does, but when you're here, you don't notice. So I'm gonna have to use that on this side too, I'm sure. So I got that ready. I seen another guy do this on YouTube before I started, and he had troubles lining his up too. So it might be in the right spot. Who knows? These hoods might be a little off. I don't know if this hood's aftermarket or OEM. I'm not sure. So you never know either way. So it's just little stuff you got to fight into. That's why I said if you're doing this project, do not rush, because I've been doing it for 3 or 4 nights now, just little here, little there, so you don't get mad. Because once you get mad, you start throwing stuff together, scratching stuff, and this is a very tedious process. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna mount this up and then see what the finished product looks like. There it is, boys. Job well done. Turned out awesome. This side works a lot better than this side. This side is a lot more tight. So I might have to adjust that up or something. I don't know. You can kind of hear it. Maybe it just needs to loosen up, but like this side, like weird. Don't gotta push it on. You can see the side's kind of bowed up. Might have to adjust a little bit more, but I don't know. Very happy. Hood shuts, latches. That's all I care about right now. I can drive it again. Like I said, this side is nice and easy. This side has like a little bind to it, but it is super hot out. That's where I'm gonna end this video. Next video on this car will be putting the center console in. So hood pins and then center console, and it's the car that I wanted. So they got the hard part done. The console should be a lot easier. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.